Are we doing two or three,
Hi.
or what are we doing?
What? I need to scooch in here. Hi, this is Lori. We're up here.
Okay.
Hi, this is Lori.
Hey, this is Peter.
And this is Hamilton.
And we're with Action Heroes LA doing the latest review. Out just recently is the latest Marvel movie. Wait. I'm sorry.
Why you do this?
Black Widow. So starring Scarlett Johansson. Who else is in? Rachel Weisz, David Harbour.
What's the villain?
Florence Pugh. What's the guy's name? Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Oh, dude, we need to look this stuff up. I meant to write it down.
I know.
But so yeah, it's finally Black Widow gets her own Marvel movie, her own what do they call it?
Her
Origin story.
Yeah, origin story.
So what do you think? It came on Disney Plus last week.
Oh, just Ray Winstone.
Ray Winstone playing the bad guy.
Yes. So I liked it. I don't have any negative comments. I thought it was well done. I'm glad to finally get the origin story on this character, because I've always felt that through all the Avengers films, I always felt she was too two-dimensional for me. Like, I didn't understand her motivations. So I liked all of the things that they showed in this film. I don't think that it was too much agenda-driven garbage. It was just straight action and good storytelling.
Good storytelling. Yeah.
I loved the movie. I thought I would really like it, and when they would say, "Oh, it's the best Marvel movie ever," I said, "No way it can be the best." And I said, after I saw it, I said, "Oh, I think maybe at best it's number 8." Then I saw it a second time. I said, "Oh, maybe it's number 5."
Oh.
But I'd like to see it a third time. It might
jump.
again.
It might move up.
Well, to me, it's the best in the sense that it's the only Marvel movie we got right now this year. You know what I'm saying? We don't have anything
So
to compare
far.
it to. Yeah, so it's the best one this year at least.
We've had some good Marvel TV though, so
Yeah.
So that's but yeah. So it's nice to jump back into the movies. I liked it when we first watched it. I said it's a Marvel movie, but it's a good, solid Marvel movie and stuff. I didn't think it was spectacular. I didn't think it was bad. It was good. It was entertaining. Although since then we watched it a second time, and then I watched it a third time last night with my mom, and each time I've liked it better and better. It's just something I love. There's great character development in this. There's great action. You know, it's just a really solid movie. It's great to get Black Widow's background story, her origin story. Anything? I mean, I could talk about it.
we were talking about the Taskmaster, for
I got this
example, and I guess we should get
I
into
can't get
that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, you want to get the upsides, the good sides, or the downside? You want to talk about that?
We're not doing the spoiler free, right?
We always do. We always spoil stuff. So if you're, we always talk about.
If you haven't seen
You
it,
haven't seen it, shame on you.
you need to turn this off and go see it.
Right.
And then come
Yeah.
back.
We always spoil movies. So spoiler alert. We're going to be spoiling. So the biggest criticism of this movie is the Taskmaster character. You want to give us Taskmaster's background? How am I having trouble saying that? Taskmaster.
Well,
That's why I don't get paid for this.
Taskmaster is actually a villain for not only Black Widow, but of Spider-Man, of Black Panther, many of the Marvel characters from the Marvel universe. That is why he can, or the Taskmaster can do so many things. But part of his or part of the Taskmaster's abilities is to take anyone that he fights or that the Taskmaster fights and duplicate exactly what they do, or take their tails. Like if Captain America was going to throw the shield, he already knows by the hitch in his shoulder or by his stance, anything, that he is about to get into his motion to throw his shield. So Taskmaster would then take whatever precautions at that point, or do a move at that point that would negate that. So that's what makes the Taskmaster so hard to fight against, because the Taskmaster can defeat your next move before you even make it, or before you think you're getting ready to make it. It's always, there's some sort of physical tell that you do. So in order to beat the Taskmaster, you have to, one, think about, almost without thinking, to do something that you have never done before, in order so
you
that
have
the
to unlearn what you have learned, as Yoda would say, basically. And my sister would say, that's another story.
And do that in order to defeat the Taskmaster. So there's one thing here, though, that we're not saying about the Taskmaster, that we are going to say, spoiler alert, if you don't like it, turn it off now. Taskmaster turns out to be a female.
Right. It's not the Taskmaster, the person that it is in the comics, it's not in this movie at all.
No.
So yeah, it turns out to be Ray Winstone's daughter that Natasha thought she killed as collateral damage, because when she thought she killed him in order to become an Avenger. That was her task. And that's something she has a lot of guilt about. So it turns out the daughter didn't die, and neither did, I can't think of his name now, the bad guy's name. Ray Winstone.
Ray Winstone. I thought he died. I thought he blew up in the...
No, he didn't.
Well, no, that's
that. We're just ruining this movie. When he didn't die originally, when Natasha thought she killed him, either.
Right.
So.
Which I actually thought was a very good twist. Both he and his daughter did not die.
But
So
she got very severely injured and damaged to the point where he had to make her like this he had to put a chip in her head and control her and create her into Taskmaster, basically. At least for this movie. So the criticism of it is mainly because it's not the character from the comic book, and also it's just the character that does action, doesn't have any personality, doesn't have her own motivation, really. And I think a lot of people, I compared it to, instead of Darth Vader, you got Darth Maul, which, if you remember when those designs and pictures of Darth Maul came out, you couldn't wait to see him. He's like, oh, he's going to be incredible. And it just turned out he was a lackey for the Emperor. Right. He didn't really have a personality. He fought real cool. Right. But, it wasn't until later that he and other Star Wars properties that he gets developed into more of a personality and motivations and things like that. So this is what this movie does. She just, goes out and fights. Cool fights, but I think...
That's a good analogy. I mean, you're right. The action is great. It's incredible. But this villain has zero personality. They don't even talk. Even one time in the film. So but did it ruin the film for me? No. But then I don't really know the original Taskmaster, so maybe I'm not the right person to speak on that. Right.
It didn't ruin it for me because I wasn't familiar with the original Taskmaster either. Yeah. So, I thought I thought the movie had enough was more interested in exploring Natasha's character and her sister and the family dynamic and what brought her to that point in her life, rather than the daughter's theme. Oh gosh, I can't remember her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. But that plus all the other widows that this guy has been developing is more to the commentary, the social commentary the movie wants to hint at or portray. And like you said, there you didn't feel this was agenda driven. Saying it's agenda driven is a little strong, but I did have some things I wanted to say about women's role in society. I think, but it didn't lay them down with a heavy hand. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, some people would look at this film and say it was heavily agenda driven because there's this whole women being oppressed and enslaved,
controlled and enslaved
yeah.
and kidnapped. And there's the you got to think about like the human trafficking
right.
element is kind of hinted at.
Right. But I mean, I liked the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I mean, for me, I like those kinds of things in these films. So I said that before, but I don't mind those kind of themes in the storyline. But maybe someone else will look at that and say, "Oh, well, see, it's just promoting this whole quote unquote feminist woman over man agenda." But I didn't see that. I didn't feel like it was abusive or aggressive or anything. I just thought it was part of the story. And
I don't think it did a woman over man.
No, I'm saying
yeah, I know.
Some people would look at that.
No, it was just kind of like women as being the subservient aspect of society, and
I actually
trying to win some autonomy. I
just want to say, I'm sorry. I actually liked that they had these female characters being freed from their enslavement. I thought that was cool. So, I didn't have a problem with it at all.
So, anything else you wanted to? So that's the Taskmaster controversy. Any other strengths and weaknesses of the movie you want to discuss? I know I have some things. Oh shoot! I had a whole thing I wrote out, and I'm just gonna blow by it.
Well, while you're mulling that over, going back to the Taskmaster, I thought the reveal was too quick.
Okay.
I thought, man.
Really, they'll set that end of the movie though.
Yeah, but I would think that the Taskmaster could have held his
held to
own
another movie or something like that.
Two or three other movies.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I would have loved to seen that.
My guess is they're probably going to relaunch that particular character, develop something so where whoever the original person in the comic book can come into that role. I don't know how, but that's my guess that they'll probably do.
I think they heard it right now only because by revealing it and revealing that Taskmaster is a woman, a female, I don't know. I'm still in the thing of men don't hit women, and to now
not in this movie.
no, but to now have if you could have a Spider-Man or a Black Panther or anybody go against Taskmaster when you swing, and if you connect, you're hitting a woman. You don't do that. I don't care how bad she is. You don't do that. So now I think what they've set up is that they are not going to have Taskmaster in any other roles.
On the topic of Taskmaster, I do want to say if the real Taskmaster in the comic books is way more awesome than the one in the movie, then I'm really curious to learn more about this character, because I think it is an awesome character as far as the fighting and the action scenes. I would love to see this character with more personality. I would love to see this character as a straight up villain, with the strategic acumen of a famous villain like a Darth Vader, like we were talking about that. But that's all I know. I really liked the family dynamic of this film, how they explain the Black Widow's family background, and they get into that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I would want to know about this character, because I've always gotten the impression she was just an assassin, and I never knew really anything about her background in the previous Avengers movies.
Yeah, I think she hinted a lot about her background, or I shouldn't just say hint, but as she told a little bit about her background, she just gave a matter of fact something that may have reminded her of something, and so she just hit upon it very little. But
They would
just what
mention
was
little
needed.
things
Yeah,
throughout.
just what was needed.
And this movie kind of told the story of a lot of those
Yeah,
things.
it
So, which was-
expounded on it.
Yeah,
But if you
yeah.
think about it, y'all, like, I mean, all the other characters, like Hawkeye, we know, like, he has his family. We were talking about that. We know about Spider-Man, David Banner, or Bruce Banner, excuse me. All the other characters in the Avengers films, we know something about their background. And they've given good information. We don't know anything about the Black Widow character at all until now.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel. I was like, man, I never. She was never my favorite character because of that. you
Which
know?
sucks because she's like the main female character in the Avengers. That
Right.
they weren't even going to do this movie.
And she
So-
died too. On top of everything, like
Oh shit! Spoiler alert.
I mean, you know, she died. And she gave her life for the crew or
For the
whatever.
cause,
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
Avengers.
So,
Yeah, you know, I'm laughing because like double toasted guys are like they're joking about Ant-Man got 2 movies there and Black Widow didn't even get in.
Right.
It was like Ant-Man.
Right,
Who
right.
the hell is Ant-Man?
Right. That
You
is
know?
crazy.
So,
That is crazy.
I want to go back. The family dynamic is great. That what her background is with her family. I thought like one thing that threw me off watching this. She pairs up with her little sister first, and they try to like make it like they have this rapport, that kind of the joking sisterly rapport that doesn't quite click on first viewing. I just thought it was a little off and stuff. And then when the whole family gets together, then it's a lot. They're a lot of fun actually.
Yes,
I
they
enjoyed
are.
watching them together as this, and they're just a put together family too. They're not actually related. Well, both girls were like all the other widows, or just
Right.
plucked or kidnapped off the street or sold into widowdom.
Right.
Whittled them.
and turned into these trained assassins, in which their uteruses get pulled from them. Pulled.
That does not sound
And
good.
they take your
They take it
uterus
and they cut it up
like
and
this.
and,
Yeah, they cut
and
it
I
up.
could relate to that because
And there's no ovaries.
there's no or fallopian. We didn't even get into fallopian too.
Yeah.
So they were a lot of fun. I love their dynamics and their history together and how it affected them growing in. The girl, the one who plays the sister, the actress who plays the sister, Florence Pugh, practically steals the movie. I am
Yes.
looking forward to, and spoiler alert, she's going to be in more Marvel stuff. It looks like this movie kind of positions her to almost,
To be recruited into
to kind of take on the Black Widow role.
in the counter.
But
Avengers.
Maybe
She-
not as an Avenger, but
No,
I'm looking forward
well-
to seeing her more.
Even if she is an Avenger,
Uh-huh.
she's not going to jump and land and do this.
She's not. She's gonna. Which another thing, I am so glad they made fun of that because I was getting to the point. I am tired of the goddamn superhero pose. You know, when everybody does it, it's not cool anymore. So please stop. So this movie had the good sense to make fun of that, and apparently it was kind of written at the last minute when the actress playing Yelena, Natasha's sister, was asking what her superhero pose was going to be because Natasha does it or whatever. So, and they wrote it in, and it's one of the best jokes in the movie.
Well, now, I'm sorry. I love the superhero pose. It's bad for your
Bonus.
knees,
Yeah,
But-
I just noticed.
but I think it's great but I love that they made
It's
fun of
played
it,
out, y'all.
and I love that
Oh, okay.
she still tried it when she jumped down, and she looked so good doing
She
it.
did.
She hit it perfectly, and then she went. "Ugh."
Loved her. Loved Florence Pugh in this. I will say the Russian accents in this movie are not great, but because they're such
perfect.
there's
Says-
such a
says
comical
Vladimir
kind
Putin,
of
I guess, huh?
family. They strike the right balance between comical and kind of like the serious dramatic notes they're going for in telling everybody's background on this.
Do you think they were believable as like this Russian family implanted in like an Ohio like sort of undercover?
I mean, about as believable as a Marvel movie can be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's
that's
kinda
what that's kind of the point I'm making. It was believable enough, I guess.
I mean, everything is, no, I'm not, my expectations are for a comic book movie, and this pretty much nailed them. I thought kind of like Scarlett Johansson was, in a way, kind of the weakest point.
I think
but at least she didn't have to do the accent. So
I think if the
that was spot on.
accents were too
It was-
realistic,
yeah,
it
I
wouldn't
don't-
have fit, maybe.
You
I
don't
know.
need realistic accents
Yeah,
for this movie.
exactly.
But, that's the thing. That's the point. They're not great, but they're not. It's not necessary to be.
Yeah.
So in this, we're not doing some kind
Well,
of.
there is a video on YouTube out that actually shows some of the outtakes and some of that dinner scene. There was dialogue that was changed, like when the wife says to the husband, or who's supposed to be her husband, you've gained weight. His response, and I remember in the trailer, it was there. But it wasn't in the movie, but they cut it and they said, oh, that was taken out. And he said, oh, it's merely water weight.
Oh, okay.
There was something else, but it's in the video. Go look it up. Outtakes from Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty funny, some of the stuff that was taken out.
I think I mean, I think they do a lot of fan service. I have a friend who's he's an encyclopedic Marvel fan. He knows all the, like, he was telling me that the red, what was it? The red
Red Room?
Red Room?
No, the red stuff.
The character, the red.
Oh, the Crimson
Guardian
Dynamo?
or something like
Red
that.
Guardian.
Yeah, that's a real character. Yeah,
I
those
figured
are
he would be. Yeah,
real characters that
the Red
exist
Guardian.
in the
Yeah,
Marvel comics.
Which is, Marvel still it's blowing me away that in the comics that they had so many levels of characters and their backgrounds and their distinctions and and they're all within the same universe. It's what this movie does, what I love all Marvel movies do, is it's just the emotional fallout of the characters' decisions and exploring that and really spending time going through that. Like I said, they lose, everything's character based, it's all character driven. It's like, what is the character going through? How does this character's actions affect that character? And how all these years are they still dealing with this, and that's what Natasha is dealing with here.
Right. Yeah, because in all Marvel movies, you can understand the villain's motive.
Right.
You could even back the villain's motives. You can say, well, no, that's correct if that did happen, but you can't do that. Here's the reasons you can't do it. But I understand. Just going back to Infinity Wars and Endgames, I can totally understand Thanos' idea of taking away or killing half the population, but his motives and the way he did it was wrong. And you just can't do it, even though more people will eat and more, society on all planets might do better or should do better with less people. But then
You can't just go out and kill them, though.
Yeah, you can't
It's
just
not
go out.
morally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, that's anything else? You got any final words? I was going to say something about after watching the opening credits. I realized I downloaded the Intersect and Flash and Nuke and Flew, but if anybody gets that reference, put a comment. Write something in the comments. It's just an inside joke for me. But, O.T. Fagbenle is in this. Benley. It's hard to say his name.
Who is it?
He's the guy that was providing Natasha with.
Oh, I was gonna mention
yeah.
I'm wondering if he's gonna be a character we'll see again, because it's weird. You feel like they're building him up to be some kind of character in
He
the.
just
in
has
the
a very difficult to
future
pronounce
films.
last name.
Right, I've never seen him.
Oh, you
but,
haven't? He's on Handmaid's Tale right now.
Ah, okay.
This is, yeah.
But I thought it was cool, like the few times that he interacted with the Black Widow.
And then this
character.
gets to use his actual accent.
But I wonder if we'll see him again. I was kind of thinking, like, I wonder if they'll.
Yeah, well, with Black Widow gone, technically, who knows? And if Yelena uses him, maybe, who knows?
Right.
It's the Marvel. You never know who will pop up in the Marvel universe. But.
Right.
Never know.
So that's it. Black Widow. I like this movie more and more each time I saw it.
Yeah.
I
think
enjoy
it's
it. I got to really enjoy the character moments more and understand their everybody's motivations, and thought it was really good exploration of character in a comic book movie. Imagine that. So
It feels like we got an actual summer popcorn movie.
yeah,
I
a good quality one.
seen
that
one of
wasn't
those in a
just-
while.
Yeah.
And this one was actually it checks all the boxes
Yeah.
for it.
Great summer movie. It's on Disney Plus right now. You have to pay $30 for the premiere access. So, yeah, would you pay $30 for it?
I wouldn't pay $30 for pretty much
$30
any movie
is pretty steep,
if
but
I know
I'm
it's gonna
making
be
sure I
free in
show
a
it
few
to enough
months.
people.
Yeah, but
You would go.
Is it worth
It's definitely
$30?
worth going to the theater and seeing.
Yes.
It would have been worth going opening night, which we debated about and decided.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as you brought a holster with your Lysol.
Exactly. So that's it, Black Widow. Watch it now. Leave us comments what you thought of it, and we out.
we
We out.
Let me do.
Poser.
I know. I bitch about that pose, and then I go do it.